Hello, beautiful. It's a new year, and we're making plans to improve in every aspect of our life, from fitness to fashion and everything in between. I recently did a poll, and our community is excited about breaking free from fashion ruts and decluttering and getting organized. So, you know I love to shop just as much as the next sister. But before we bring anything into these closets, we got to do a little bit of purging. It's out with anything that no longer serves us to make room for a new year and a new vibe, and it starts in the closet. By the end of this video, you'll have a 5-step guide to declutter your closet and any other area of your home. You can take as little or as much time as you need, but you gotta start. So let's get to it. Hello, beautiful. Welcome to the Beauty of Aging, a channel for every 50-plus-year-old woman who's unapologetically growing bolder. I'm Angel, the founder of Maison 276 and creator of the award-winning 3-step system for silver, gray, and blonde hair, a healthy way to brighten, cleanse, and rejuvenate the natural brilliance of your hair without the use of purple dyes. Today is the first episode of a new series, New Year, New Vibe, and we're starting with a 5-step guide to declutter your closet. Now, let me just say, I know the thought of tackling a job like this could seem completely overwhelming. Before we get to step 1, I know you see a lot of fabulous custom-made closets on YouTube. There are a lot of rooms that have been converted into closets. They're stunning, they're beautiful, and hashtag goals, but that's not what you need. This is a regular closet that I share with my husband. It's kind of like a J-shaped closet. This is my side of the closet, and so because I don't have the whole closet, which I could completely fill up, but that's another story, I actually use this as my seasonal closet. But even having said that, it was still such a mess. My workspace was clean and organized, and then I would come into my closet and it would be a complete nightmare, just like a hurricane. And so that's what prompted me to reorganize my closet. I did a lot of purging. Once I was done, I found that getting dressed was so much easier, and I also didn't dread coming into the space. So let's get started with step 1, and that is simply committing to the process. Now, as I said, you can take as little or as much time as you need, but allocate either a specific amount of time each day, whether that's 30 minutes or an hour, or maybe that doesn't work for you. So maybe allocate 1 to 2 hours per weekend. I'll be honest with you, it took me 4 weeks because I only had time to deal with it on the weekend. And so if that's how long it takes you, that's okay. No matter how long it takes, it's going to be worth it. It's okay that this is not going to be a 1 or 2 day process, because clothes are so emotional for us. They hold so many memories. They impact how we feel about our bodies. If we are hanging on to something that no longer fits because we think we're going to get back down to that size, and maybe you will, but here's the thing, if you do lose that weight, you're going to want to buy new clothes anyway. We're all about positivity, self-love, and I believe if you get rid of those clothes that no longer fit, you'll also free yourself of any negative thoughts that you have when you see those things. So commit to the process, establish a time frame, whether it's daily or weekly, and hold yourself accountable. Commit to releasing yourself of items that no longer serve you. Before diving in, establish your goals. Are you looking to declutter, identify gaps in your wardrobe, or are you looking to redefine your style? Having a few clear goals in mind will really help you as you're going through the process of purging. Step 2, prepare your space before you move a single item. Determine where are these things going to go. We're empty nesters, so I moved everything from my side of the closet into our daughter's room. I had no idea how much stuff I had until I piled up everything on the bed, everything on the floor. You could not even walk in that room, but it was necessary. Also, have your boxes, bins, or bags ready and labeled for keep, donate, discard, repair. Those are 4 easy categories that will help you as you're evaluating every single piece. And a 5th category may be sell if you're someone who wants to sell your items on the secondhand market. There are numerous platforms for that. I'll put a few resale sites in the description for those of you who do want to resell your items. Step 3, empty everything out. I know that seems like a lot. If you don't have a spare room, then I would say empty out sections at a time. But it's really critical if you can empty out the entire space, because once it's empty, even before you go through your items, you can start to reimagine how you can use that space. Do you have room for other types of storage tools that can help stretch your storage space? So don't go buy anything yet, but if you have the luxury of emptying everything out, then that is what I would recommend, because it forces you to look at each item individually. The other thing is that when you try to do this with everything in the closet, it's not the same. You're going to go through things and you're just going to, like, I'm literally seeing something I have not worn in 2 years since I did this. And you're just going to just like, oh yeah, oh, I like this. So take it all out. If you don't have the space to empty out everything, deal with the clothes that are currently in season. Remove all of those clothes, because then you can evaluate, like, are you actually wearing this item right now? And if you do it seasonally, then when you get to the next season, because you've gone through the process, you'll be able to do it a lot faster. Step number 4, sort like items. Now, this is a very easy way to identify duplicates and also to identify things that you always wear or things that you never wear. And literally in real time, I am looking over here at my closet. I have 3 pink dresses, 2 I wear, and then 1 I've worn 1 time. Now, obviously you don't wear a pink dress with a lot of frequency, but if I had to wear a pink dress tomorrow, I would pick between these 2, but I would not pick this one. No reason why. I just like the other 2 better. So that's a decision I'm going to have to make in a few months. Do I keep this 3rd one that I hardly ever wear, or do I donate? Let's take a look at my denim area and you'll see how I sorted like items and what the final outcome was. First, you want to sort all of your pants, and then separate pants into jeans, and then separate jeans by color or by style. I started with shredded denim jeans, and then I've got skinny dark jeans, and then full jeans, and then over here I've got my denim skirts, and here I've got denim skirts, and then here I have denim jackets, and then my 1 long denim dress. So this whole section, little section right here, is just denim. And then I have a few in these bins. I have a few jeans here, but these are jeans that I wear during the day. I work from home, so I don't necessarily need to hang those. So they're all folded up here. Step number 5, try everything on. I know. This is why it takes so long. And it's also why it can be an emotional process if you have a lot of things that don't fit, or if they have memories that you'd rather not deal with. I would say if something has memories that you don't want to deal with, you don't have to try it on. That can go in the donation pile. Don't even put yourself through that. But the main reason you want to try everything on is, especially if you're thinking about redefining your style, something just may fit you perfectly, but you just might think it no longer serves me. As I was cleaning up the closet because it wasn't quite tidy before I started recording, I decided to just like do a cursory look through here, because there are a lot of things I haven't worn in a long time because I work from home. I don't get dressed every day. So just because I haven't worn it doesn't mean it's no longer a part of my style or my vibe, or that I don't like it. I just may not have had the opportunity to wear it. But I did come across, in addition to that pink dress, this other dress. and I realized I have not worn this in about 4 years. It's a beautiful Kate Spade sweater dress. I love it. I don't know why I didn't purge it 2 years ago when I did a major purge. It could be that it holds a memory. My daughter and I used to go shopping. We love after Christmas shopping. And so that would be a thing we did like for years up until she graduated from college. And so I was wondering, like, is that why I'm holding on to this? Because I haven't worn it in 4 years. Now, it could be considered a classic. It is very timeless. I don't know. We'll see at the end of winter when it's time to put the winter stuff away if she makes it another season. We're trying everything on. We're trying it to see if it still fits. We're trying it to see if it's still a part of our current style, and because that will help trigger our memory about how often we wear an item. Everything that you don't wear a lot doesn't mean that it's time to purge. There are some timeless classics that you may want to keep in your wardrobe. Now, if you've decided I'm no longer interested in timeless classics, then that's fine. But I suspect if you're 50 plus, you're a woman, you have some timeless classics, some pieces that you have had for years and they never go out of style. Here are a few of mine. You've seen them because I've used them in vlogs. This is a St. John sweater that I bought from a consignment store probably, I don't know, over 10 years ago. So who knows how old it was then. But that's the thing about St. John's. They're classics. This is a red leather blazer. It's over 10 years old. And I'm never getting rid of this. Sometimes I'll go 2 winters without wearing it for whatever reason. But this year I've worn it 3 times. So that's why, just because you haven't worn it in a long time, that may not necessarily be a reason to purge. If it's a timeless classic, you want to hang on to it. So those are things like a well-tailored blue blazer, a little black dress, crisp white shirts. Now, sometimes those crisp white shirts can get a little dull and dingy, so those may be things you might need to replenish. They don't stay crisp and white forever. I'm just saying. Trench coat, beautiful leather handbags. Here's something. This purse is a timeless classic to me. I cannot wear this without people asking me about this purse. And I know it's at least 15 years old. It's the black feathers for me. It's the black feathers. But I do have bags that are old, that are vintage or timeless classics, whatever word you want to use. So I don't get rid of handbags very easily. Boots, I have boots that are probably 4 or 5 years old. I really love equestrian boots. So frequency of use, there is a caveat to that. It really just depends on what it is. Before you start pulling things in, I would recommend getting some inspiration from Pinterest or possibly YouTube. Depending on the size of your closet. Space does not have to be a limiting factor. I found this picture on Pinterest and it was kind of the inspiration for how I wanted to reimagine the space. It's not nearly this big. I didn't put a chandelier in, but I did do some things and use items that I already had in my home. Don't automatically go out and buy something new. You may have something in your home that can help you reorganize and bring more efficiency and, in fact, more beauty into your closet. Here's a bonus tip to help make your decluttering project fun. Think of the space as a room. That's right. Think of it as a room. Once you stop thinking of it as a closet and then think of it as a room where you would spend time, then the options become limitless. So here's some of the things that I did. I'm not sure what used to be here. I think it was where I had the laundry hamper. But once I took everything out and then I looked at some inspiration pictures on Pinterest, I realized I could put a piece of furniture here. So this is a vintage dresser that was in my daughter's room. So I simply emptied it out and I use it. The first two are for sunglasses, so I didn't have to buy, a sunglass case. The crystal knobs were already on there. And then I have t-shirts in here, scarves, gloves. Some of them are things that I don't use all the time. Like the bottom is gloves and scarves for a very, very cold winter weather, which we don't have often here in Houston. So this is an example of using something I had in the house. I didn't have to buy anything. This was on my dresser. I just moved it in here, my two jewelry cases and a little glass jewelry box. Just things to add a little sparkle, girly it up more or less, because it was not before. It was just a closet. That's why I encourage you, think about the space as a room that you would decorate. And once I just did that, then all kinds of things started happening. In the vein of using what you have, once I decided I wanted to put my purses on the top shelf, I remembered that I had these acrylic shelves that I used to use in my early days of Maison 276 when I was doing trade shows and local events where I would go and sell, the products that I was making in my kitchen. And so I always wanted the table to look very pretty. And so I had these acrylic shelves where I would put the products on, and I had a lot of them. So that's actually what I use to purses on the top shelf. And they come in various sizes. So I was able to experiment with different heights. But there are actually things that you can use to hang your purses on if you want to put them on a shelf in your closet. So I'll put links to those in the description. The other thing that I did, well, that beautiful sign back there, that's actually something that I bought, and I have several of them because I always had them at trade shows on the table. I always say, "Hello, beautiful." That's how I address the community, because I think that you're beautiful and I want you to think that too. And so I took one of those beautiful signs and put it back there. Did they come back on? There you go. So I had a few lights that I just stuck back there, and they came with a remote. We had them from some hurricane when we lost power. And so I just used those in my closet. I love my pink cowboy boots, so I decided I would use those. I don't wear them very much, but I sure love looking at them. So my purses, I put them all on the shelves to display because previously they were actually in boxes on the floor. All of my shoes are in cases like this. I don't need to see them. I'd rather see my purses because they're more colorful, and I just think they look better on the shelves than the shoes. Other items that I had are my magnolias. I love magnolias, so I have them in my office. And then I had some extra ones, so I brought those in the closet as well. I did buy the glass vase because I didn't want anything to obscure the light, which is actually why I didn't put a vanity here. It would have been great natural light to do makeup, but I didn't want to sacrifice the sunshine and the natural light for when I was picking out clothes. So that's actually why I didn't put a vanity there, but I really seriously thought about it. And then of course over here, just more flowers. And then the Essence Beauty box is very special to me because Essence is the first major beauty platform that recognized me as a beauty founder. And so my first product was a sample in the Essence Beauty box in the very early days of Maison 276. So I am forever grateful to Essence for that. And then these I decided to keep out because they're just pretty, and I think they're just fun. Think about making it a space that's pretty and that's representative of you and your style. And then I have one other picture over here of angels. I have pictures of angels in different random places. Also, if you don't do anything else, get some pretty hangers. I think they make all the difference in the world. I know most people get black or white. I got blue because I just wanted a little pop of color. Also, I forgot to mention that I actually painted this room. So obviously it was basically Builder Off-White. And once I took everything out, And then I started bringing stuff in and I realized like, this doesn't look any different. And I remembered I had paint left over from when I redid my office during COVID. It's a very, it's a mix between a sky blue and a dove gray, but it's this very tranquil blue. And I just think it looks so much better than white walls. And you can see, right, I think you can see right here that it's blue. But I would have never thought of that if I had not taken everything completely out. Another thing that I did, I'm forgetting all these little details. I brought shower curtain rods and covered the wooden rods with. Those are just, I think these were like $2 at like Lowe's, but it made a big difference. So that the silver part of the hanger and the white over the post it's just all those little touches. Also, in terms of how you want to organize things, at first I did it by color, and then I'm holding the camera with my arm. At first I did it by color, but then after about a year, I realized like that wasn't really working. So it's kind of like all of the black stuff, and I have a lot of black, all of the black stuff is on this rack that's on the other side of the camera. But anything else that has color, it's kind of color coded, but not necessarily. But the key is honestly just do what works for you. Do what works for you. Experiment. Okay, this really, really is the last thing, I think. And this should not be an outtake. I think I'm going to insert this somewhere into the main part of the vlog. Okay, y'all, here's an outtake. Here's one fail. Well, it's not on me, it's the product. So I wanted these lights, but they have a short in them and they won't, see, they won't even come on just long enough for you to see them not working. I spent the whole Saturday putting these lights up. I was so disappointed. How cool that is, except they have a short. As soon as I drop the thing, they're gonna go out. Do you see what a difference that makes? This is the longest they've ever stayed on. I'm gonna replace them, and then I'll let you know the right ones to buy. But I love these lights. I can't believe they stayed on this long. They never stay on this long. But we've covered 5 steps to help you declutter your closet or any other area in your home. First, commit to the process. Make yourself accountable and set a designated time each day or each weekend to tackle the project head on. 2, prepare the space. Before you move a single piece of clothing, prepare the space where you're going to sort everything. 3, empty out everything. If you can't empty the entire closet, at least start with the items that are in season. 4, sort by like items. All of your dresses, all of your pants, all of your skirts, and then create subcategories. For example, denim skirts, wool skirts, silk skirts. Step 5, try everything on. Bonus tip, think of your closet as a room and decorate in a way that makes you happy and best represents your personal style. That wraps it up for another episode of The Beauty of Aging and our first series of 2025, New Year, New Vibe. Episode 2 drops next week, so stay tuned. And don't forget to join me every Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern for Coffee with Angel, where I stream live right here on YouTube, also on Instagram and Facebook. 10 o'clock Eastern, just a quick 20-minute chit chat, the perfect amount of time that it takes you to enjoy your first morning beverage. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the comments. You know I love chit-chatting with you in the DMs because this platform is for you and much of the content is driven by your comments, so keep it coming. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time on The Beauty of Aging. Bye.